at the levels yet to see where they're at, but talked about this a little bit last night, that the levels seem to be based purely on just how many games you win, which I don't really like as a system, but you know, that's what it is for now. Hopefully they change it at some point to more of a true ELO MMR style system. So I think this deck could be interesting. We'll see how it goes. We're playing another Mage. Given recent trends in the meta, I fully expect this to be a Mage spell power deck, which could actually be tough for us because it gives you a lot of AoE clear, but we'll see. Wow, well, this is not a good start for us. One thing I did not look at when we were previewing the deck was the mana curve, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah, I have a hard time not putting a Polymorph in a Mage deck either, so... Polymorph is just so strong, you know, it's basically a silence on steroids, so... She's coining into something, yeah, so this is just a straight up, pretty typical Mage spell power deck, I suspect. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and ping the Geomancer once so we can kill it next turn. We still don't have really anything to play, unfortunately. We'll get Sinjin on turn 4, but she's going to start hitting us with spell power pretty soon. Alright, so, again, we could go ahead and drop Ice Barrier, but I'd rather kill off the Geomancer first. So, you know, we ran into a little bit of this issue with the Priest deck last night. It's so many of the taunt minions are in the 4, 5, 6 range, and our mana curve got a little off, but we'll see. Alright, so we'll get Sinjin down on turn 4. Then we'll end our turn. So the basic idea, of course, behind this super taunt deck is to end up with a wall of taunt minions that... as a mage, you can blast people from behind, or use your AoE clear to clear their minions. That was the problem we had with the priest version of this deck last night. We won some really interesting games. I would recommend that folks, if you haven't already, watch the stream from last night. It's some really interesting games that we played with the priest deck. So, unfortunately, there's really not much we can do here. I'm going to go ahead and cast Ice Barrier just to get it down, and then I'm gonna go ahead and ping Sinjin for 1. That way, if he does decide to trade with us, we can kill him next turn with the hero power. So having the secret down now is going to give the mage opponent something to think about a little bit. I know I usually try to figure out what the secret is before it triggers, if I can. She's just gonna Arcane Intellect up. She'll probably ping us for 1 with her Fireball, yep. That's fine. The Ice Barrier secret that we dropped, the reason it didn't trigger there is because it says as soon as your hero is attacked. Attacked means that you have to be attacked by a minion or by a hero, not by hero ability directly. So we could go and get Hogger down here. I actually think I prefer to drop the Lord of the Arena. If we had a good 4-drop, I would go ahead and put that down, but unfortunately we don't. Let's go ahead and get Lord of the Arena down. Would have been nice if we had a 4-drop Taunter and then we could use our hero power to pick off their Sinjin, but unfortunately we don't. Yeah, there's the Polymorph. That's fine. She's gonna kill it with her Fireball. So next turn we popped our secret, so now we get 8 armor, which turns into 5 armor because it absorbs the attack. We could kill Sinjin with the Blizzard, but that is very much overkill. We could kill Makona Cold though, which is not a bad idea. We could Cone of Cold into Fireball and go ahead and do 6 damage to her. Or we could just ping him and do Fireball, which is a lot better, and save the Cone of Cold for later. Let's go ahead and do that. We're losing a little bit of board presence here, but still not too bad. considering our opening hand, this is not too bad. One thing I'll say about this deck, I'm not convinced on having 2 Flame Strikes. For 7 mana, I don't know there's many games that you will use 2 Flame Strikes, honestly. Although, now we could go ahead and just about kill everything that way. Alright, so let's see here. We could go Hogger into our Shield Bearer and Cone of Cold. That's too much mana. So Hogger, Shield Bearer. I kind of like Hogger. Well, Hogger's probably gonna die if we cast him this turn. Well, maybe not with the Shield Bearer out. Let's see.
You shall not pass.
Alright, so we'll see how she plays this. She could very well just Fireball Hogger or something like that, which wouldn't be a bad play, frankly. And for us, it's actually not terrible to trade a Fireball for a minion. Oh, probably Ancient. This is going to be Blizzard, Arcane Explosion. Yeah. That's it, yeah. And that's the kind of card we could consider adding to our deck, honestly. Yeah, we're really... See, I think we're maybe a little minion light on this deck and spell heavy, as we can see. So let's see what we can do here. We could Flame Strike, which would kill, almost kill. We could take 2 of them out. The other option would be to Blizzard or Cone of Cold. I kind of like just Cone of Cold here, because that'll freeze them for 1 turn. And then we can go ahead and get another Fireball down. And then we still have Blizzard for next turn. Yeah, I think we'll just Cone of Cold here. And go ahead and Fireball. And then we can Flame Strike next turn and clear the board. So let's just go ahead and hit her for another 1.
Job's done.
I did listen to Fireside Chat. Rogue Questing Adventurer is a form of a deck that's been around for a while, and actually I think it is good. Wow, she's gonna really not like when we drop Flame Strike next turn. Yeah, it would be nice. Let's see, we could just Blizzard and save Flame Strike for another time, and go ahead and get Sinjin down. I think that's probably the better play. So this is this is kind of why we thought Mage might be good for this approach, because you have, especially with the frost spells, you can keep your taunt minions from getting attacked. We could really use an Arcane Intellect here. I think next turn maybe an Arcane Intellect into a Flame Strike would be perfect. We could always Pyroblast. Now that we have Sinjin down, she can't really... Well, she's not going to be able to attack us this turn with Freeze, so... And she made a little bit of a mistake there, honestly. I wouldn't have put down all those taunt minions simply because... of something like Blizzard, where you lose them all in one shot. So, alright, so we Flame Strike here. We can take out everything but the... Well, we can take out the Lord of the Arena, too, because we have our hero ability. So, I think that is definitely the play.
Job's done.
It's turning pretty decent at this point. That AoE board clear is just so strong when your opponent decides to play a lot of minions at one time. Alright, so she's going to Flame Strike back this time. Alright, so we could... it's a little overkill. I was going to say we could Blizzard and kill that guy, but I think what I'd prefer to do is just get another taunt minion down. And then we will go ahead and... Do I want to ping her, or do I want to hit the Geomancer? I think I'll just ping her. Because eventually if we get her to Pyroblast range, we can just end the game. If she doesn't get a taunt minion down next turn, that will be the game between Pyroblast and the Fen Creeper hitting her for 3. Yeah. Well, she definitely does have a lot of, she has a lot of taunt, that's for sure. So, I mean, this game will be over in 2-3 turns regardless because of Pyroblast. Alright, so I think here... I do want to go ahead and clear the board. Well, we get another taunt minion down. I don't know. I guess we still can hold on to Blizzard in case she pulls something big. But we still have Flame Strike behind that. Hey, Tachinori. Good evening. I'm just going to keep pinging the Mage, because again, once we get her down to 12, or down to 10, it'll be game. So for those of you who weren't on during the pre-show, this is going to be a pretty short stream tonight. My plan is to go no more than another hour and a half or so, maybe 2 hours max, just because I have a lot I need to get done. But I wanted to come on and stream a little bit for you guys. So, alright, so here, again, we can... What's this perfect? We can Arcane Intellect into Blizzard, which will keep her from attacking us, and we can ping her for one more. So, let's see what we get first from Arcane Intellect. We got another Arcane Intellect and a Sunwalker. We could go ahead and drop the Sunwalker, but I'd rather just keep pinging her. Because again, once she gets down to 10, that's going to be GG, which will be next turn actually 11, because we can cast our hero ability on top of it. Yeah, not game quite yet. Yeah, we're still using our taunt deck. This is a Mage version of it that Boda Dim put together. So I'm trying it out. We'll tweak it a little bit as we go along, but so far, obviously, it's worked pretty decent in this first game.
What to do?
Alright, so she's going to Flame Strike this time, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be Pyroblast and Hero Power next turn for GG. And again, the deck originally had 2 Pyroblasts in it. I took one, well, I only have one available, but I also would only keep 1 Pyroblast anyway in, because usually you don't need 2 Pyroblasts to end the game, so. Did you send the Mage taunt deck, Uragaf? Let me look at my email real quick. For some reason, I didn't see it. Alright, so that went pretty decently well. Let's go back real quick, and I'm curious how many minions we killed. Yeah, so we killed 13 minions that game. Alright, so let's look at this deck again and see if we want to make any changes. Oh, wrong one. Wrong Tralala deck. Alright, so, I thought that went pretty well. Let's look at our mana curve. Yeah, our mana curve is pretty high, and again, I think that's because there's so many mid-range taunt minions that are available. Yeah, I think I would... You know, yesterday we changed a little bit where we dropped 1 Lord of the Arena, 1 Booty Bay Bodyguard, and picked up like a Goldshire Footman, or there's a 2/2 taunt minion. Or Tauren Warrior even. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Tauren Warrior is pretty good for us in the Mage deck. I forgot about this. Because we can trigger his Enrage ability with our Mage, our hero ability. So we can enrage him at will. So actually, I kind of like having 2 Tauren Warriors in the deck. This little doesn't give us 2 drops. I thought there was a 2-drop with Taunt. Oh, Frostwolf Grunt. There he is. So I think what I'm going to do is drop 1 Lord of the Arena and 1 Booty Bay Bodyguard and replace him with... Because we have very little 1 and 2 drops is our problem here. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go with... Let's do 1 Frostwolf Grunt, 1 Tauren Warrior. We might tweak that later. But let's see how that works.